Welcome to Mr. Knuckle's workshop. Today I built, or over the last couple of days I guess, I built a sharpening station and it's got some pretty neat features, so I just wanted to show you. So if you've done any woodworking, you know that you obviously got to keep things sharp, right? So I'm kind of forcing myself to learn how to sharpen things, and the best way to do that is to make sure that you have the right tools in the right situation. So I built this thing right off the bat. A rubber boot mat seemed to be the obvious choice, right? It holds things from sliding around. The water that you're using to spritz your stones and whatnot drains through this funnel, and I've drilled a hole in through the boot mat so it runs down through the tube and into the bucket, which is nice. I got a nice thick piece of glass. Supposedly glass is super straight, or flat I should say, and so if you're doing any sanding of anything, like maybe the shoe of your plane or whatever, you need to have a really super flat surface to put your sandpaper on. I saw a bunch of different people who had mounted their diamond stones onto boards, which I did with epoxy, but unfortunately with all the spritzing that you got to do when you're hand planing, the board cupped and it just popped these things off. So I wouldn't mind if you know what you're talking about, tell me what I should be mounting these diamond stones on. I'm open to suggestions and looking for them. If you have any suggestions, you know what you're talking about, please leave a comment down below. What can I tell you? I'm not going to tell you how to make this because it's obvious. You make yourself a cabinet, make sure it's the right size, make sure it's the right height. Mine actually swivels and ends up under my workbench, so I obviously had to make sure I made it the right height, but everything else is just cabinet work. Easy stuff. Casters obviously you need if you want it to roll away. It's just an obvious thing that you need to have. I've had this stuff sitting on my workbench for the last 2 weeks, and of course, like everything else that sits on your workbench, it gets in the way immediately, and so it's just a pain unless you have the right spot for it. If you do any woodworking, you have a shop, you know that it's absolutely essential that you have spots for all your stuff. So this is a great new addition to the shop, and I'm pretty happy with it.